Hi everyone, so in today's video I'll be trying out Spellbinders Better Press or Press and Foil. Oh my gosh, I had to get used to that. It's already been half a year, I think. Press and Foil Club of the month. It's the Hibiscus Bloom. This month it does come with your matte gold. It might be a different color, but this is the color it's intended. It does say on the posting or the listing that colors may vary. So that's the one I have to share with you to show you that that's kind of how it goes with the Press and Foil Club. I already did a whole unboxing of all the different clubs. I'll link that video in the description box so you guys can check that out, because today we're just going to jump right in. I kind of already have an idea. I think I'm going to do a little watercoloring with this. So I'll probably run this through the Better Press, but you can definitely put in your glimmer. This beautiful hibiscus design. It has Aloha in full bloom as a sentiment there, and then you have this edge dye, which I think I will use today also. So I will say they send this item free of charge for my review. Of course, all opinions are my own. And the links I have in the description box will be affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission if you purchase items to those links. So I super appreciate the support, guys. Yeah, I just generally link all the clubs, like the All Clubs Crate, and then specifically to this club for the US and the UK in the description box. So I think we're just gonna hit the ground running here. So I am going to grab some watercolor paper. Actually, the Better Press has a whole collection of inks and papers and things. It is a cotton based paper, so it's definitely watercolorable if you have that paper, which is great. It comes in a couple different colors, porcelain, I think bisque, and like a gray tone. That would be a great use for it right now if you want to use it for that, because you can definitely watercolor that. And then I need a background piece and of course my card base, so I'll just grab a card base here. It is a nice big image. Like if this is my 5x7, I mean, you can definitely put that on here if you brought it down to the corner or the bottom corner of your 5x7 and let it kind of go up, right? It's gotta be backwards. But anyway, it'll still make a really pretty card for a 5x7, because then you can put your sentiment up here. Maybe the flowers are down here, right? Maybe you're still able to use the edge dye. But I did want to show you that because it is a nice big image. But I will do my A2 as I was intending on doing, so I just grabbed a card base that's already ready. But if you need to make your own, if you need to make your own, this one is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, right, for an A2 size. I'm gonna grab a piece of watercolor paper that's gonna be A2 size also, or if it's not, I'm gonna cut it down to 4 1/4 by 5.5, and then some kind of background paper that we're gonna better press the sentiment, and I'll be right back. And grab this, but yeah, this is the cotton card panels. This is porcelain. Like I said, there's a bisque, which I think is a little bit tan, and then the gray color. But I'm just gonna cut this down. Great for watercoloring, great for your Better Press. You don't have to use that, you can use any paper, but since I have this, I will use it. All right, I'm gonna turn this down and I'll be right back. Anyways, so put this here. We don't need a card base quite yet. I'm not going to use this one quite yet either. I'm just using a beautiful pink for the background. And then this guy. So I'm going to take this. Oh, it's such a bummer one. Okay, I was say whenever the sticky stuff comes up with it, it bums me out, but it stayed, so that's good. And just know where you put this. You're going to get the opposite side. I'm going to let it go off the edge a little bit. And then we'll have our sentiment up here, but on the next panel. So with this guy, again, whatever side of your paper you want facing, like this, when you put on your card, make sure it's facing you right now when you go to stick this down. I don't really know exactly how high this design goes. Okay, should be okay there. And then this one. And then these are gonna be on the side, very edge. Okay. Just want to make sure I'm not covering anything with this. And generally I like a matte layer, but I don't think I'm going to do matte layers today. You know what I'm saying, like trim this down. I think I'm just going to leave it the way it is. So 4 1/4 by 5.5. And I'm just using black ink. You definitely want to use an archival ink. Of course, you have your Better Press inks. I need to re-ink this, I believe, because there's a lot of kind of blue tone. So maybe it's getting a little dry. So squish, 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 squish. You can do a little padding. This is like a canvas piece, and see, sometimes little threads will come off. So if you have any of those little threads, take them off, because they will definitely show up on your design. I love Better Pressing because it's so easy. So take this guy, and I'm just going to run that through. hello, coming through. There we go. And I mean, gorgeous, perfect, literally every time. I'm gonna go ahead and, well, I'll just clean up. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna clean up. And if you want to use an archival ink cleaner, like something like this, you can definitely do that. You don't have to. A little alcohol. Water and soap doesn't really cut it, but you can do alcohol and then soap and water. But definitely a stamp cleaner generally does the job. I'm gonna wipe that down real well, and I'll be right back. So I just slid this out and added this. And before I remove this, I can bring over my sentiment, so you kind of have an idea of where it's going to be. You know, so maybe like here. Right? And then we get rid of this. I'm looking just to make sure it's straight. I mean, it looks pretty straight to me. This guy is really big. So there we go. And although I don't think anything's gonna touch this, I am gonna remove. I see some stamp cleaner kind of got under there. And just because if it looks like it still has a little staining to it, it's still clean. Okay, so that's what you're looking for. You're looking to remove the ink so it doesn't reactivate next time you use another ink. Maybe you're using a fun color or something. You obviously don't want that to reactivate, but just because it's stained does not mean that it is dirty. Okay, it's just, that's how it is. Okay, and I mean, I'm going to do this in black ink too, but it doesn't have to be. No, I'm going to rub, really get that on there. I'm not trying to move it. This is a very strong magnet, but you still don't want to move too much. And the paper generally doesn't touch if there's extra inking, but I just want to remove that now. And let's pop this here, and I will bring it backwards. And there it is. Again, I can tell you, just perfect. Okay, let me clean up a little bit and I will be right back. I just had a lot of ink. I don't want to stain things. What I'm going to do is go ahead and cut this first, and then I will watercolor it. Because if I watercolor first, I'm going to have to really wait till it dries and all that to run it through. So it's better to just go ahead and cut it now, at least for me. So we're going to take that side edge die here and just eyeball. I mean, you can see pretty well where you're going to be cutting. That's the point of this guy. And funny enough, I might cut this down because I can see that it's, I brought it up too high. Do you know what I'm saying? I should have, they give you a little extra, like a 1/4 inch extra, and I pretty much wasted it up here. So I might trim it down. Maybe I don't let that bother me, you know. I'm going to put my washi towards the outside of the project because we're going to get rid of that anyway. And I just don't want to ruin, especially this paper. It's kind of delicate. It's that, it's thick, but it's delicate in a way that it's compressed, right? This cotton paper, and I don't want to mess that up in any way. So anyway, I'm gonna run that through and I'll be right back. Okay, that's what we have. Touch that part, just again, just down here. Didn't quite eyeball that too well, but okay. All right, well, let's get to watercoloring. Guys, if you want to put something down, you definitely can. I'm not going to get too crazy with this, so I'm just going to put a little bit of color. You know, whatever you got. So, it's a water brush. I'll probably use the same one for everything. And I'm going to start with this magenta. So I'm going to bring in the deeper part of the color into the very center. And then just let it kind of come out. Now, you can definitely spray water on this if you want to do wet on wet. I hardly ever work wet on wet unless I want it to really spread out. And I'm not doing anything special either. So, as you can see, just put the darker areas down in the center and then pull the watercolor out. You can do this with markers. Just put it down like an, you know, an acrylic block or something. Just give yourself a little squiggle of marker, then pick it up with a water brush or a regular watercoloring, you know, brush. And, you know, you can do all those things where you make it look more round. So like maybe you take away some of the color like down in here, just the water, and it'll give it more of a round look. Whatever you want. I am going to avoid that little center piece there. I'll go in there with like a little yellow. My neighbor has huge hibiscus bushes. I don't know. It's kind of like a natural fence. And, you know, when we first got here, it was so small. And so it's awesome that they're just, you know, taller than the RV basically at this point. We have an RV kind of over that area. Okay, something like that. Just gonna wipe this away. Maybe get ourselves a little yellow. Maybe a little bit of this orange. Just put that down the center there. Hibiscus are so awesome. If you really look at them so closely, like these little dots right here will be like a bright red, like just a color. Like, it's just so pigmented, you know? So anyway, really pretty. And maybe some greenery. So maybe I'll go with like a deeper green down the center here. They're pretty much, well, I guess it depends on the type of hibiscus, but I would say they're pretty dark green. But I do also have a lime green that I can kind of mix in too. So maybe a little bit of the dark, a little bit of the light. And that's all I'm gonna do, guys. Nothing to write home about, just quick little color added, okay? I'll do the same thing for the other pieces. Okay guys, so one last thing, and maybe I'll use this. I brought out this bigger one, but just add a little blue here and there. I like to do that. So I don't want the most, I'm telling you, it could be literally anything. Like I have a little bag here that I'm just gonna use as a palette. Just wipe some of that away and just go in there with some blue. You don't have to do this, but I kind of like doing that. So I'm just gonna go in with the lightest amount of color and let it just kind of end, you know, naturally. Oh, that wasn't supposed to be blue. So that little bit that's not supposed to be blue, I can add a little water and just pick it up. Okay. I don't know why I thought that was like dead space in there, but it's actually a petal. Okay. So just a little in here and here. I'll be back. Okay guys, this might still be a little bit wet. I think it is. I'm gonna hit it with the heat tool just a little bit. I don't really want this to like buckle and be weird, but I did go over this a little bit more, so that's why it's a little more wet than the rest of it. So I will do that, but in the meantime, again, I think I'm just gonna top the whole thing, and then this guy kind of comes in here, and maybe it's on dimensionals, okay? So I'm gonna glue that down, and I will be right back. Okay, so I just layer that up with dimensionals, and I'm just gonna put this right along the edge there to the bottom. I always turn things over like that and give it a squeeze from the back, or a squish, I guess, from the back here. And that is my card for today, guys. So thanks for watching. I hope you are having a wonderful day. I will have images coming up. I'll have the links as appropriate in the description box. June is just such a beautiful month for the club kits here. And I'll see you all at the next one. Bye now.